Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. So in a way, I'm new. My name is Elliot. Or L. And oh, hey, wait a second. Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, you thought that this was gonna be one of those hands videos. Don't worry, it will be. But not yet. What's your name? Elliot too? Yeah. We're the same, you and I. And I want to tell you about what I've learned from my perspective. Because we're all on this journey through different eyes. To see different things. And we communicate through the one mouth. Many different views. And there's so much I want to tell you. So thanks for joining me. The first thing that I really want to talk about, to be the topic of the first video, is how do you know if you're a twin flame? Or how do you know if your twin flame is your twin flame? Or what if I'm not a twin flame? What am I? Like a single flame? Or what's the deal with separation? Or when are we finally going to come into union? Or. And if left to my own devices, man, I will probably get obnoxious. And I love this community because you will totally embrace my obnoxiousness. But let's go slow. Like you, a channel on the channel, a channel from the same source, ultimately. So how I reckon I'm going to do this is, well, you'll see. On this journey, I think, from as early as I can remember, the gift that I've always known I was cultivating before I knew of our divinity. It was patience. So I appreciate yours when I take my time to consider what I'm going to say next. I will totally speak fast sometimes. Usually when I'm trying to put my foot in my mouth or take it out of my ass. As I was saying, instead of I teach, and when I teach, I'm communicating to students, and I feel them, I see them, I'm with them, much like I am with you right now, except almost like you don't know that I'm receiving your feedback, right? When I'm walking around a class, we feel each other, and one can get the sense I'm communicating with my words and my actions, that you are seeing. And I'm not just me, like my eyes are open from seeing you. But right now I'm looking at my computer, which makes it look like I'm looking at my computer. I'm looking at you. You are looking at your phone. Or your computer. Probably your phone. And I just want to point out that you're not looking at your phone. You're looking at you. So I'm going to pull like a card or two or whatever pops out, and I'm going to let that kind of be a representation of the timeless collective of right now. So I know that you know that I know. I hear you. Suppose I could tell you a little bit about who I am, where I've been, Two of Pentacles. Where I've been. But we'll have time for that. I want to know about you. So tell me. Not everything. Just like something. Oh. Eight of Swords. I hear you. The Eight of Swords was the first card that I distinctly remembered from tarot. Because there was something so revealing about the us here. Now, I had another deck, and it's journeying. Maybe it'll make its way back to me. And it was maybe a little more clear, but it's as clear as you can see it. Surrounded by swords, blindfolded, bound. But like, chains? Handcuffed? Like, what was that, full Nelson? Oh man. She can get out of there. If she only knew. Right? Like, I feel like if she just shimmied, we'd fall to her feet. And that reminds me of another one of like life's lessons that I picked up really early that I thought was really intriguing and continued to be a foundation of our wisdom. Elephants. Love elephants. Elephants. I'm partial to E's and L's, and I'm partial to whatever I can make an excuse to be partial for. And baby elephants are chained, staked to the ground. And they're babies. They're young. They know nothing about being chained. That's not their nature. That's not what they were born for or with. So they struggle against it. But the babies and these stakes, they drive deep. That's a fucking chain. And over long enough time, they stop, right? Because they're not going to get free. Now, baby elephants turn into like huge mammoths. And no stake in the ground with like an itty bitty chain is going to stop a fucking mammoth. But the elephant has forgotten. Said I did it. Elephant never forget. But that remembers everything. And so this big ass elephant, if they only knew, could set itself free. Now maybe I'm giving the elephant not enough credit, because the elephant could set itself free and what? Sneak out the back of its tent? Maybe it's in the hills of Thailand, and so it could sneak out and be captured again. Maybe it knows that and it's like, fuck that shit. I appreciate that. That was us. Right? That was the falsities, the lies, the deception, the fake histories that try to lead us down them, right? Not even because the fake history will never lead you to the future. The future is only real. And the timelines that aren't real have fallen away. The last vestiges are in our fading memories. And you can look at that however you want. We're learning the truth. And when we learn the truth together, And the truth is magical, miraculous, fated. Like a really good story. Well, then of all the possible futures and all of the possible us's, it starts to get really easy how there can be just one that we all can connect on. The best one. Because we're all together creating the best one. Open to each other for the best one. For the best one. So let me tell you about how awesome you are. Let me tell you about twin flames. Some of this is channeled, some of this is just fucking logic. And pretty complex creature. But I'm pretty Gemini in my rationality. Thank goodness for my Pisces moon. I distract myself by making myself laugh, and then I'm like, what was I saying? I was like, oh, that wasn't me. And then Spirit's like, yo, I lost you. Okay, start again. So let me tell you about twin flames. Let me tell you about you. And this is how I'm going to do it. Now, I'm going to take you down to my hands, okay? So that you can see the story. Okay. This is you. Like right now. This is you right now. Let's say, yeah, there. That's me. And that's someone. One soul. One soul, some soul. Now you're one soul, and if you're a twin flame, then that means that there's another soul, like a full-on soul, that somewhere like higher up the dimensions, like the fifth, you're actually don't appear as more than one soul. You appear really as one. Okay. So, what does that look like? Okay, well, let's pretend. So, here's your twin flame. Here's my twin flame. And here's someone. So we all got like our twin flames and shit. This is the third dimension. This is what we're familiar with. Okay, if you don't it doesn't need to be confusing. Pretend you know nothing about the dimensions, and I'm just using words, and you're like, what's a dimension? And I'm like, it's like the world you live in, and like, okay, I can piece that together. Like it's the bed I'm fucking sitting on. It's the phone you're looking at. Let's go up. The fifth dimension these guys are really, these six are really one, or really three. It's like your yin yang, M and F, divine masculine, divine feminine, because that can be M and M or F and F or T and T and all of the letters. So we go through the world not knowing who our twin flame is on the third dimension. And we know higher up. So this is the story. So given enough time, you and I find each other. And you find yours, and someone finds someone. Yeah. And then you unite, and it's beautiful, and we're all twin flames, and it's like divine unity, and we get to be this one person, but how's that work? How does that feel like? I guess we'll know when we get there. What if my twin flame is with someone? What if your twin flame is an asshole? Right? And this is kind of where we're at, called separation. This is a deception. Let me tell you how. Okay? Third dimension, fifth dimension, we'll say like, it's like, you know those, I want to say Russian, but that might be racist. It's like Polish, eggs, the Ukrainian dolls, one of them beautiful European countries, where like there's a little tiny one, and then there's like a really big one, and there's all these layers. So I used to think of the higher self always as like looking up. And so my higher self is looking down at me. But it's really within and without. It's a vibration thing. So light is electricity and magnetism that is vibrating at a level that we can see, and when it vibrates slower, it turns into like radio waves, and when it vibrates faster, it turns into like X-rays or gamma rays or right? So there's a visible range of vibration and there's invisible ranges of dimension, but it's all the same shit vibrating. So in the third dimension, Russian doll, that's what we can see. And second dimension, first dimension, like I'll leave that for another fucking video. Like I'll watch another video to figure out more about that. Although I could probably say something. This fifth dimension is higher, so we're moving up. What about the fourth? What about the fourth, Hal? What about the fourth? Well, the fourth dimension is less visible. Now, I know you think it's invisible, but we're invisible, right? So we move up, and it's less visible. And each of us have ourselves there as well. And they can sometimes really mirror our third dimensional body, selves, beings. Usually though, because they're closer to our five, to our higher, which is then closer to like God source, which is truth and love. They're usually just a little bit better at orienting themselves, us. So we may not be fucked up at the fourth dimension. We might like kind of know because we're not fucked up here, and we're really trying to get shit, but like there's miscommunication with ourselves. Happens a lot when other entities are trying to do that to us on purpose for their own means. Fair enough. All of these twin flames, uses, moving along each other. Can you tell which is which? The more subtle deception about the twin flame legacy is that we have this immutable one, and that it's in another. When really the immutable one is mutable. I don't know if there's anything that's really doesn't change or doesn't unite and dissolve and absorb. But the point I'm making is this. We're all twin flames. How do you know if you're a twin flame? Do you want to be a twin flame? If the answer is yes, then you're a twin flame. If the answer is no, then you may still be a twin flame, but you don't think so, so you might as well not be, and then that's okay. Just keep being a really good person. But if you are a twin flame, you want to be a twin flame, you can be a twin flame. Because we're the same, all of us. And twin flame is a resonance. And the more we resonate together, it's all just closer to the truth. Another way of looking at this is like souls and like oversouls. So soul of souls is like all up here and stuff, right? Like soul families. But eventually you keep going up the tree and you arrive at one seed. So what do you want to resonate with? Now that we're gathering, as resonating beings of togetherness, we are recognizing ourselves in each other. We are recognizing the flame in ourselves, because I see the flame in you. And I see that flame as like my flame. So I must be on fire. Maybe I'm a twin flame. Maybe you're my twin flame. Maybe like you, I'm on like my third, fourth twin flame. Yo, like I'm not even joking, but neither are you, yo. Like, you're like, oh, this guy's my twin flame. Yeah, this guy's my twin flame. Yeah, you're not even wrong. And things change. Not like your hair color, but like timelines, like resonance. Reality shifts. And as realities and timelines shift and collapse and are created, then twin flames find themselves as they continue to find themselves. So what is happening very really right now is all of us are finding ourselves in a way that we're like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going on being like this because I can't stop. What's fallen away, what I've cut away, what I've let go, what I know I'm not, isn't this. Right? We're moving away from this bullshit spirituality, and trust me, I know all about it, of like, let go of everything, be unattached. Like, just like nothing's, just let go of everything and nothing's real. And like, fair enough, we've been surrounded by so much bullshit for so long that like, we had so much shit to let go of that like we just didn't get to the bottom. So it seemed like we should let go of everything. But eventually, when you let go of everything, you have nothing. And from that like beautiful place. Hey Murph. It's my dog. I love him so much. From that beautiful darkness, like the deepest waters, we realize that after you let go of everything, on to what you want. You grab on to what you want to be real, and you make it. And you've let go of everything, so fuck it. Like, if you die trying to make it, well, there's no you, right? And you lived creating yourself. That's life. That's like a good life, no matter what it looks like. So that's what's very much happening right now with like the vanguard, the forerunners. Like you have a whole bunch of people in a big ass room, and somebody turns on the light, and this room is like really big, and the light is really small. Chances are it's not going to wake up everyone. It's probably going to wake up the people closest to the light, and not even all of them. And you and I were as close to the light as we are to the dark. And that's how we're first. That's how we wake up. Because we know the difference. And we know that neither is right or wrong. The difference is if our eyes open. So we're coming into unity with our twin flames. Yeah, man. With like people that are like you. Makes sense? Right? Because each of us has divine, masculine, feminine, positive, negative, yin, yang, light, dark, polarity. And by recognizing the unifying nature of that within us, it allows us. It's alchemy. It's a recipe. It's a spell. It's a process. It's a method to recognize that, oh shit, everything is lead. Everything is gold. If I can be divine masculine, divine feminine in balance, then I can be a balance for another balance. And then, only after, and this can happen in an instant, this can happen over time, and it fluctuates, but two balanced beings aren't just like fire and ice. It's like, oh sweet, like you're the opposite of me. It's fire and fire. It's water and water. But we keep moving together. We keep moving together. And with our moving together, it becomes magic. Again, it's like we know alchemy. We know what's awesome. One of us will be the divine masculine and one of us will be the divine feminine for each other. And most of the time that'll be probably like the like main energy, fucking dominant energy. But like, yo, we'll flip it up when like circumstances require, or if it's just more fun. So you're a twin flame. And your twin flame is every twin flame. And you come into union with your twin flame when you have combined the two fires burning within you. What about separation? We're always in separation. Like ideally. I'm like, sorry for the absolute, I don't know about always, but like separation is something to be maintained like unity. It's balance. Look at how much we're growing in separation. It's unreal. The downright miracles that are manifesting. It's like, yo, I always kind of believe in this, but whoa, like, this is real. When I can see you before me, right now, and feel you feeling me, like love and desire and passion, born of ourselves for our lives, that we have in common for each other. It's different than if we were side by side. Because like straight up, if we were side by side, I don't know about any kind of distance, but I'd be seeing you from pretty up close, you know what I'm saying? Passion. You know what I mean? And then even then, the little death. Not to lose ourselves in each other, but to find ourselves in each other. And know that we are one. So embrace your separation, because it's not going to be all the time, and there are benefits to be lost. That's the thing about us twin flames. We love the lost. Because I'm never going to stop until I find you. And I know how much you feel the same way. Why? Love. Love is the because of everything. What's different about all of us is what we figured out about how. And what it looks like, feels like. Just don't stop. Don't stop when you think you know the answer. Because there's more. You're right. And you can be more right. Don't stop until you're wrong. So you can be right again. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go over what I took a really long time as an excuse to say to get to know you. How do you know you're a twin flame? Chances are, if you are watching this right now, you're a twin flame. Because there are most of the people in the world not watching this. And I don't mean this video, but like in the community, you know, like most people don't know what the fuck what it is or don't care. You do. You're a twin flame. Unless you don't want to be. You're like, yo, I'm a starseed, like demi-deity, but I ain't no twin flame. You're right. You're fucking right. That's cool. Be what you want to be. Don't stop. Find what you aren't and kill it. With love. Or a big sword. Fire. When are we coming into union? When you're so sure that you are in union with yourself, that you know you're not in union with yourself? Probably around then. Let me say it another way. When you've balanced the farthest parts of yourself from each other, with each other, and still love all the parts the most. Someone else will feel that. And you'll feel them. And then you're going to play the game all over again with them. How do you know if your twin flame that you're with right now, or you think is your twin flame, is your twin flame? Do you want them to be? If you want them to be, then they're probably not your twin flame. Right? Like, don't want. Want whoever that person is, to live the happiest possible life for themselves because you fucking love them so much. That it doesn't matter if they're with you or not. You love them so much that you will be by yourself for the rest of your life if that means that that's the timeline that they're going to be the happiest. And someone's going to fall in love with you. Someone's going to fall in love with you for that. And someone's going to be you. And then someone else like really hot's going to fall in love with that too, yeah. True. I feel like that covers when the separation is going to end. So how do you recreate the separation? Because remember, separation's a fucking good thing. Breathe. In yoga, they teach a lot about detachment. The Yoga Sutras even just spout detachment. But really, upon closer examination, it's not full detachment. It's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. To be in union and to be in separation. That's what it is to be divine. To be in the third dimension and the fourth dimension. We're all just one dimension. Justice. Knight of Swords in reverse. The Two of Swords. Two, not two. Two, not two. $11. Yeah, and you know what? If I said anything else, I can't remember how to recap that. So, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been really nice to get to know you. I think you're really awesome. Real 3 cups kind of people, yo. What do you think she's going to do with those 2 swords? Decide that she's free. And that she doesn't need to see to free herself. Because you can be free in the dark. I fucking love you so much. Like, who's he talking to? I'm talking to you. Like, yo, guy, yo, I don't like dudes. Yo, I like dudes. Like dudes. I like dudettes. Who I'm attracted to is my twin flame. And who I love is you. And I want to love you more. So thanks for giving me that chance. I can't promise that I'm going to get more succinct. But I do promise that there will be more. Because I'm not done, I'm just getting started. At this, I've been at this fucking long time. And I look forward to telling you about me. So you can be like, yo, he wasn't kidding. He really is just like me. Okay, fine. You know what that means. I know that's the Five of Swords in reverse. But that's not really what I'm getting. I fucking love you. You're the best. Namaste.